Hi everyone, welcome to this quick grounding yoga flow. When you're ready, we'll come into a comfortable seated position. You can find a soft gaze or close your eyes, and we'll begin settling into the space by taking deep, intentional breaths. Start by exhaling all of your air out of your lungs, and on an inhale, allow the breath to travel down, filling you up completely. And exhale fully to release. Letting the inhale and exhale guide you into your arrival on the mat. Continue taking deep inhales and exhales at your own pace. Take one more deep inhale, filling yourself up. And release on an exhale with a sigh. We'll begin with some gentle movements. So start by making circles with your neck. Inhaling to bring your head behind. Gaze up to the sky. And as you exhale, your head rolls forward and down. Move at your own pace here. And switching directions when it feels good to you. Eventually bringing your neck to a neutral position. On your next inhale, raise both hands up over your head, reaching for the sky. And as you exhale, drop your right hand onto the mat as your left arm reaches up and over for a side body stretch. On your next inhale, come back up, reaching both arms to the sky. And as you exhale, your left hand finds its way to the mat, right arm reaching over. We'll do this once more on each side, inhaling back to center and reach your left arm over to the right. Inhale center, exhale right arm reaches to the left. Inhaling back up to seated and beginning some spinal movements. We'll work with barrel rolls. As we inhale, our chest will come forward in a half circle. And as you exhale, arching your spine, completing the circle. Continue to move at your own pace. You can make the circles as big or as small as you'd like. And switching the direction of your circles here. Eventually coming back to a neutral spine. From here, lift your right leg up, move it to rest at your side with the right knee bent, and drop your right arm to the mat as your left arm reaches over. If this doesn't feel good or it's not accessible to you, you can extend your leg long or plant your foot on the ground with your knee bent. Inhale, coming up. Left arm comes down to the mat, right arm reaches to the left. Doing this once more on each side. Inhale to come up and exhale, right arm down to the mat. Inhale, coming up. Left arm comes down to the mat, right arm reaches to the left. Now, as you lift up through center, coming to sit on your bum with your right leg long, keeping your left knee bent and adjusting it so that the sole of your left foot finds the inside of your right thigh. Inhale, your arms reach up. And exhale as you fold over your right leg. Your hands can fall wherever is comfortable. There's no need to force anything here. Inhale, lifting your torso. Your right hand comes behind your spine. Left arm swings forward and around as you press into the mat with your left heel and right foot lifting up your hips, opening your chest into Wild Thing. As you exhale, gently lower your hips to the mat. And once again, we'll transition back to the side stretch we were in before by bending into your knees, turning your body to face the long way of your mat. Taking an inhale, and as you exhale, right hand comes to the mat, left arm reaches over once again. Inhale to come up. We'll swing our legs around to the same position on the other side. Inhale, arms come up. And as you exhale, left hand lands on the mat as your right arm reaches up and over. Coming through center, exhale, right hand comes to the mat, left arm reaches over. Once more on each side, inhale through center, left arm to the mat, right arm reaches to the left. Inhale up, exhale, left arm reaches over to the right. Inhaling, coming up again, and we'll transition, turning our body to the left as we extend our left leg long, the sole of your right foot coming to the inside of your left thigh. Inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, folding over your left leg. Use deep inhales and exhales to allow yourself to go deeper into this hamstring stretch. Take one more deep inhale, and as you exhale, lift your torso, planting the sole of your right foot on the mat. Left hand rests behind your spine. Right arm swings forward and around, lifting up your hips, opening your chest into Wild Thing. Take one more deep inhale and exhale as your right arm swings forward and down as you lower your hips. Right away, bending into both knees. Inhale, lifting your right arm up and over with your left hand grounded on the mat. Inhaling to lift back up and transition onto all fours, tabletop position, grounding yourself firmly into the mat with your hands, knees, and tops of the feet. As you inhale, your belly drops, gaze lifts to the sky. And as you exhale, arch into your back, bringing your gaze to your belly. Inhale to open the chest, and exhale, arching the spine. Moving at your own pace, matching your breath with your movement. You're also welcome to find any other intuitive movements that feel good. And when you're ready, you can bring your knees wide on the mat, toes touching, as you melt your hips down to your heels, finding Balasana, child's pose. Deepen your inhales and exhales here as you feel yourself supported by the ground beneath you. We'll begin to open our hips, so plant your hands into the mat. As you inhale, move your hips over to the left, coming forward and around to the right, and back down through child's pose. Finding nice circular movements with your hips as our hands and knees remain grounded on the mat. Switching the directions of our circles. Coming back to rest in child's pose for just a moment. And when you're ready, lift up onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes, hips come high and back for downward facing dog. You may begin to walk out your legs, bending into the knees and pressing your heels back to the mat, feeling a nice opening in your hamstrings. Eventually find stillness. We'll begin to move through spinal waves. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, round your back as you begin to shift forward, shoulders coming over your wrists. And as you inhale, arch your spine, hips coming high and back to downward facing dog. Continue with these spinal wave-like movements as you continue to wake up the body. Eventually, resting back in your downward facing dog. Take a few moments just resting here in down dog. On an inhale, lift your right leg up for three-legged dog. You can bend into your right knee, opening your right hip and stacking it over the left. Take an inhale, and on an exhale, keeping your right knee bent, bring your knee to your nose, stepping your right foot between your hands at the top of the mat. Right away, dropping the left knee and lifting the torso for a low lunge. Hands can come to rest on top of your thigh as you release your hips forward, opening into your left hip. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, straighten into your right leg, bringing your hips back and folding over, feeling a nice stretch in your right hamstring. Inhale, bending into the right knee once more, lifting your torso, and exhale to extend the right leg long, folding over. Inhale, coming forward with the chest. Exhale to melt the hips back. Once more, inhaling to come forward. And exhale, extend the right leg, this time remaining here in this stretch, allowing your upper body to release over your leg. On your next inhale, rebend into your right knee. Plant your left hand on the mat, walking your right foot to the edge of the mat. Take your right hand and press your right knee away from you. Left hip melts down towards the mat. Inhale, coming back to neutral, facing the front. And exhale, once more pressing into your right thigh, dropping the left hip. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, dropping the left hip as you press your right knee away. Inhale back to center. Bring the right foot to the center of your mat. Plant your hands and step back to a down dog. Remembering to breathe deeply here. Bring to the other side. Left leg lifting, bending into your left knee, stacking the hips if that feels good, and rolling your ankle if you like. Keeping your left knee bent, crunch and bring your knee to nose, stepping the left foot between your hands at the top of the mat. Drop your right knee and lift up once again. Hands coming to the top of your thigh, allowing your hips to drop forward. Remembering to use your breath to intentionally relax into this pose. Take a nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, straightening into your left leg. Inhale to come forward, lifting your chest. Exhale, extending over your left leg. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, folding over. Once more, inhaling, opening your chest. Exhale, folding over. Extending the left leg long, folding over as you release your left hamstring. Inhale to bring awareness into your hamstring. And exhale to release the tension. On an inhale, bend into the left knee. Place your right hand on the mat, wiggling your left foot to the edge. Left hand comes to rest on your left thigh. As you press away, dropping the right hip down. Inhale, return back to center. Exhale, press into your thigh. Inhale to center. Exhale, press your thigh away. Inhale, coming back to center. Left foot comes between your hands. Lift your right knee and step your left foot back for down dog. Take a nice deep inhale and find a cleansing exhale as you sigh it out. Drop down onto your knees and relax your hips on top of your heels for Balasana, child's pose. If you'd like, you can bring your hands into a prayer position, bending into your elbows as your hands fall to rest on the back of your head. You may want to slightly walk your elbows forward, finding a nice release on the underside of your arms. Allow yourself to take this time to reconnect with your breath. Feel your heartbeat and rest. Inhale to lift your chest up, resting your hips on your heels in a seated position. As you inhale, reach both arms up to the sky, and as you exhale, your left hand finds your right elbow and gently pulls, finding a nice shoulder stretch. Releasing both hands down to your side. Inhale as your arms reach up overhead. This time, right hand finding your left elbow, gently pulling for a shoulder stretch on the other side. Release both hands and bring your hands into a fist behind your back. Gently press your hands down and away, opening your chest and lifting your gaze. Taking an inhale to open, and as you exhale, release, lifting back up to a neutral spine. Make your way down to a seated position. Hands can rest on your thighs. Together, let's take a nice deep inhale and exhale with a sigh to release. Taking note of how you feel after completing today's practice. On your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead, and exhale as you bring your hands through heart center in a prayer pose. bowing your head down to your heart in gratitude for your body, for your breath, for your spirit, and for this moment. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you soon.